Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we just got an update on the JP version. This is all viewable in the news. Information about version 5.17.0. The main thing this update is related to is going to be the changes in the power level. This is something that they talked about in the producer letter for both JP and then Global, so this should come to Global within the next month or so. This is the update to your power level, where power level is now going to give you some kind of actual in-game bonus or in-game modifiers, and they were going to revamp the way that the power level was calculated. So this is something that people have been speculating about for quite some time. We're going to go through all the changes here that they show in the news. Now, the one thing that I could say straight away is one of the big changes that people really wanted them to make was going to be the how the power level was determined, not being so heavily weighted towards your number of characters that you have, like full level 10 links. And unfortunately, I can tell you straight away, that has not really changed all that much. It's still very largely going to be based on links, characters you have a link level 10, or at least the maximum links that are at 10 is going to be the thing that gives you the most points. But the other things have been increased a little bit. So shout out to Minato posting this all in a handy dandy little thread. So let's have a look. So this is the first update image we get. So combat power bonus, aka your power level. Depending on the combat power value, increased reward drop rate and shortened stamina recovery time. So that's something that actually wasn't mentioned in the original thing when they talked about it in the producer layer. The thing that they mentioned was, I think they said about drop rates, but they said attempts in limited attempt events. So that's the one big thing that I think we're still waiting on. I haven't seen any posts about this at this point. As to whether or not, you know, are we going to get multiple extra attempts in the red zone stages? How many will we get based on your power level? I haven't seen anything about that yet, but this is very interesting for the shortened stamina recovery time, because it takes, is it 3 or 5? It's 5 minutes, isn't it, for each one stamina to regen? Yeah, 5 minutes, unless they're doing a bonus thing. So depending on how much that drops based on your power level, that'll be incredibly useful for things like link leveling, even during the world tournament and stuff like that, right? Like every little increment can make a big difference overall. So stamina recovery time, very, very interesting. And then of course boosted drop rates going to be good for farming stuff, so that's good to see. And then you can see here with the update, this shows the breakdown of how the points are going to be determined. So if you take a look in your profile, if you can bring it up right now, or obviously I'm just going to tell you, the first one is the number of hidden potential nodes you have unlocked, right? This is how it's laid out on your profile now. So for every one of those, you get 1 point. The second one is link skills at max level. For every one, you get 1,000 points. This is, again, this is the heaviest weighted one. The third one is stages cleared. For each one you get 50 points, and the fourth one is Dokkan awakened characters, and for each one you get 150 points. So Minato did sum it up here, but I can show the image from last year, the previous version. So hidden potential nodes has not changed, link skills at max level has not changed, but stages cleared has gone up to 50 from 10. And Dokkan Awakened characters has gone up to 150 from 100. So this is the image from the older one. You can see here 10 to 100. So what this means is, if we take a look at the power level, I've added all of mine up. So let's bring up the actual stream view here. So this is my power level now. So I'm at 5.551.942, just over 5.5 million power level. Now, with the way this is all calculated now, that's what I get. With the increased version, obviously my hidden potential nodes activated and my link skills at max level are not going to give me any extra points. But the stages cleared and the Dokkan Awakened characters give me a bunch of extra points. And we worked this out using the calculator and adding everything all together. This basically means that my power level will go, with this new update, obviously if it didn't change at all, because They're probably going to have gone up a little bit by the time Global gets the update. It goes from 5551942 to 5748022. So it pretty much goes up by a whole 200,000, which is not a huge amount. Now, bearing in mind, of course, it's these bottom two that are getting the biggest update. And obviously, as someone who's done every event in the game, you know, most of the stage, you're probably not going to be able to get much higher than that when it comes to stages cleared. And then Dokkan Awakened characters, you know, aside from like the Arale units and the STR Android 18, I have every single unit in the game. So obviously, if you're someone who's got random extra copies, like if you've kept TURs of LRs and things like that, your number could be higher than this, of course. Or if you're someone who keeps extra copies of units. I know there's like, I've always used to see screenshots back in the day of some of the crazy JP Whale accounts where they have LRs rainbowed like 3 times and stuff like that. So the number could definitely be higher than this, but I think for the people with the lower power levels now who are not super link level grinders, this isn't going to make a huge difference to your overall power level. And then one last thing I wanted to show here is going back to our boy Harry. Posts a lot of the stuff. He's the guy that runs the Dokkan Info website, which we use quite a lot, so check him out if you haven't already. So you can see here, with this we can see how high Dokkan planned people's power levels to be. Just having 105,000 gets you 1% bonus drops. So that's actually kind of crazy, because I know there's a lot of people who aren't super high on link leveling. Bunch of people in the chat, bunch of people in our community saying that their power level is, you know, somewhere around 500,000 or less, for example. But even based on this, that's still going to give you an extra 5% bonus drops. If it's 1% for every 105,000, then when you take into account, so if we take that number again of my one and divide it by 105,000, that's going to give me an extra 54% to the boosted drop. So when you're running a full LR team, what is one of those stages? It goes up to, is it like 235 or 285%? So that's going to be a pretty big boost. Now, with it being RNG, we know what drop rates are like on some of these free-to-play events. I'm sure I'm still going to get runs where I do a run with a full boosted LR team and I still get no drops of whatever the thing is. But if it does go by increments of that amount exactly, having an extra 50% boost on top of that, especially when you start thinking about throwing on the support memories like the Oolong one or the Bulla Go Shopping one, so you get the extra boost as well, that's going to hopefully drastically cut down on the time that it takes to farm stuff. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll leave this up here as like the last thing on the screen. You can look at your profile and literally go by these 4 headings and let me know in the comments, what is your power level right now and what will your power level be after the update. And yeah, the one big thing that we're still waiting to see, if it does come out soon, like after I finished actually doing this recording, I'll put a pinned comment on the video if we do find out how much it affects the stamina refresh and the attempts on limited attempt events. So let me know what you guys think of the update down below. Like I say, let me know your current power level and then your new power level based on these parameters in the comments. And yeah, the producer letter for Global says that this is coming in February, so it won't have to wait too long. Quality of life updates usually do come to Global a lot quicker than things like banners and stuff, so we should hopefully see this on Global very soon. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.